You know I didn't have you doing this for me. You know what I did?
What did you do? That's what
Oh, pieces of paper everywhere. I mean, they were everywhere on my desk, like, do this, do that. I'd set alarms. I had 50 alarms set to remind me of stuff. It wasn't the same. The doctor, the sellers.
She went ahead.
Yeah, she's gone.
So right before she went?
Right, they pulled everything out and then boom, it's all. During all this.
Interesting.
I know.
So do I need to remind you to confirm closing disclosure for 3 call?
Oh, that's done. We're good.
I thought so.
Yeah, that's good. I guess I would say, well, you know, that's what was agreed upon and they're gonna move out right after the 10th. So what I've heard is you're probably gonna be able to get there much sooner. They're probably just, this 5-bedroom home features four of the.
When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, it's Patrick. Hope you're doing well. Sorry I missed you. I've been on the phone all morning. But that property has stuff in it, but it's vacant. They're in Arizona, so you can show anytime. The lockbox is on the front railing. But yeah, go over there anytime. We've already had some hits on it. So yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. Thanks. Bye. And then also, we'll do some kind of occupancy. I'm going to call, it's on my list. I'm going to call her and just talk to her and try to figure
He
that out.
wants to extend due diligence, again, to get quotes on stuff, in case they want to give him a credit, and the people that they get quotes from, he doesn't want to use.
You look good, like you're.
The COVID-19.
I left more hair on top.
Maybe that's it. It looks good. It looks really good.
I appreciate it.
I'll see y'all later. Reschedule. Showing is rescheduled. You know, Philly, I think these masks are good for my face. It covers my giant nose. What do you think?
I love it. Yeah.
I mean, this is a good look. It's hot in here.
You're hot.
My face.
Oh, it's hot.
If you could turn on the AC so it just blows in this general direction.
Like right this area of my face.
Like my hands are freezing, but my nose is like burning up. Ugh.
Well, when I put it on, yeah, my glasses pop up.
Well, you've got your black bandana, right?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna rob a bank? We gotta stop by the bank, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I better not wear it.
Now pull that down. Boy, it really makes you think about what you touch, you know?
Yeah, it does.
Like all the stuff I just touched. Where's my stuff? You see my industrial size?
No.
It's huge.
Oh my.
I know. And do you know I've gone through this? I'm on number 2. When all this started happening.
Here's my size.
Well, if you need some, I can fill you up. You need a fill up? When this all started, Alice went out. She thought, well, you know, who would have that stuff? And she thought Office Depot, and sure enough, they had the big jugs, and she got 3 of them. I also have these. You know, so we're subscribe and save members on Amazon. And what's interesting is, you know, everybody's been out of all this stuff, but we're still getting our subscribe and save. Is it because we're like loyal Amazon customers? I like Amazon. All right, everything's clean. Phone's clean.
Hey, so what have people been asking you the last couple of months, Patrick?
You know, it really was. It's like the same questions over and over. You know, everybody wants to know how values have been impacted, housing values have been impacted by the virus. If now's a good time to sell, you know, what's going on with mortgage rates, and, you know, how we're going to show homes safely. So, you know, the good thing is home values were not impacted in this area. And I know a lot of buyers were hopeful that that would happen. They get a great deal because of the virus. But, you know, what I was saying to buyers is, look, you know, focus on the fact that interest rates are at an all-time low. And although lending guidelines have tightened a little bit, it's still a great time. I mean, rates today, I heard, the lender in our office talking about how, they're in the threes, like mid to high threes, which is phenomenal. So the values haven't been impacted, but as far as selling goes, it's definitely more a seller's market than a buyer market because of the lack of inventory. We didn't have a lot of inventory on the market before COVID-19 hit our area. And then, of course, we saw a decrease in the number of properties coming on the market, low inventory levels, but sales went up, which is great. So now we're in this perfect storm of low interest rates. Homes are starting to come on the market. If a home is priced well, positioned well, gets the right exposure, we're seeing great activity, and we're seeing offers that are, at market value or slightly above. Of course, when it's this challenging of an economic climate, it's hard to push pricing. But right now, I mean, we're in a really solid, surprising real estate market. So that's the long. Did you want that long?
Yeah. Well, and I wanted to ask you, did people continue to list their home, or?
Yeah, I mean, we actually, I'm shocked because when all of this started to happen, of course, everybody had a little bit of a panic. In our industry, there was a little bit of a panic, but what we did is we decided, okay, we're going to shift, we're going to pivot, we're going to do things differently. And fortunately, we've been online marketing since way before this, and I think of myself as a marketing person who specializes in real estate. My entire team, what they do is they market online. So we just doubled down on our online marketing, and we saw a huge impact there. So, Zillow just released a report where they said, look, inventory levels are at an all-time low. There isn't across the nation, and we're in a little bit better situation than the national average right now. But one thing Zillow saw, which is where most people search for homes right now, is an increase in the number of views over the last 2 months. So there's pent-up market momentum. A lot of people need to move. They want to sell, they want to buy, but it's about, the process has never been easy, but it's about being smart moving forward when you sell, when you buy, not just to be safe and do it as safely as possible, but also to do it in a way where, you make sure the whole process is managed. The entire process of selling a home went from difficult to super challenging. And that's why, the entire team has been working just a lot, keeping, a handle on every little piece of each deal, making sure that all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, and that we're getting people to the finish line, because it's been challenging, but it's happening. I mean, 40, as of this morning, 41 pending properties. Wow. That's just, it's mind blowing. So we had that, that you were on that Zoom yesterday morning, the team Zoom, and I hope the team understood how impressive that is. And through all this, I've been doing those presentations for Coldwell Banker agents across the country, and I did one for the Northeast, Connecticut area yesterday morning. Bunch of agents on the call, and they've been locked down, considered non-essential, can't go out, can't do anything, and they're looking for what strategies can we use to do things virtually. And so they're trying to figure out a way to make it happen, to do it. But we just right away, boom, March 16th, focused on what we had to do and got it done. And I would have never imagined back in March that we'd be sitting here in May with that many properties pending. It's really great.
Well, it's fortunate that you did already do a lot of video, number one. But, you were familiar with the technology and all of that. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm so fortunate. I mean, I remember that shift. I went from 2017 to 2018 when I really shifted to, online marketing and all of that. But if I wouldn't have, I can't even imagine. I know I'd be behind right now. And that, I think the other good thing is it really showed, there's a lot of websites and, these companies buying up real estate and trying to get rid of the agent and trying to find a way around the agent to sell homes online, instant offers, sight unseen purchases, all that stuff. But what this really did is show how important having a realtor is to help you through a transition. You cannot replace having that person there to help you through the process. It's such a difficult process, and it's only getting more difficult. I feel fortunate to have we launched the team in January and to have everybody together through this.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, we're gonna really test you.
Yeah, really. Yeah, it's the biggest test we could have come up against and nailed right up 4.5 months, and we're hit with it. Or not even that. I mean, we were 2.5 months, and then we landed into COVID. But you know what's interesting? What's been the biggest challenge is what's happened on the lending side. Although that business is on fire and rates are low, the guidelines have changed. So we've seen an increase in credit score requirements. We've seen an increase for the most part, and it varies, bank to bank, loan to loan, but an increase in the amount of money you have to have down and an increase in the amount of assets you have to have. So what we've been doing is we get an offer. The first thing we do is reach out to that lender, that buyer's lender, and say, okay, your client wrote an offer on my client's listing. Have you verified their credit, income, assets? Have you looked into their employment? Because this is, I'm taking this all very seriously. I mean, this has impacted people's lives and employment, and people are getting furloughed.
Talking about on that call.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And so we really have to make sure that we're not going to go through the process, and at the end it's going to fall apart because of employment issues. So it's different. It's definitely different, but it's working.